Today's toddler preschool song is 10 in the bed. You know which one I'm talking about? Where it's 10 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, and they all rolled over and one fell off. Now there's 9 in the bed. So we're gonna use this song as our cognitive transition, which just means our very intentional learning transition when we go from our circle time, where we explain to our little ones what they're going to draw in their journal. And then we're going to use this song as a little movement activity to get them to their seats. And as I shared with you in a previous video when we did 10 Little Monkeys. Side note, one of you guys let me know that 10 Little Monkeys originated, and it's actually an inappropriate song. And I have been alive for 42 years. It never, ever has anyone ever said that to me. I am just shocked that no one has ever told me where that song originated. I truly thought it was monkeys jumping on a bed, just a silly children's song. But I looked it up, and it did actually originate from something inappropriate, really a racial song that just blows my mind. I'm gonna make another video about that though, because that's not what this one is about, and I'll share that soon. Transition song, and like we did with the other song, 10 Little Monkeys Jumping in the Bed, we had all the kids stand up and we sang the song, and as each one fell off the bed, well, in this one, as they roll off the bed, that kid is going to go get their journal and their crayon box or whatever your setup is and go get started. So keep that in mind. I also just want to share with you a couple different ways that you could do this song. I like to share these things because sometimes your kids need to get up and get moving, and they need to get some of that energy out. And some days they're just so rowdy. You need them just to sit down and just move their body with their bottoms on the carpet. Here's a few different ways that you could do that. So after you finish showing them what they're going to make in their journal, each day is going to be something a little different, so I'm not going to go into that today. Then all the kids stand up. So what I would do, this might drive some of you crazy, I would line up my kids in a row. I would count off how many kids we have in our line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many kids you have that day. And that's going to be the number of kids in the bed. So if you have 6 kids, you're starting the song with 6 kids. If you have 15 kids, you're starting the song with 15 kids. And you're going to start to sing the song. We'll do it with 5 kids just for the sake of time here. But if you have 10 and under, you can have them using their fingers to also count along with this. But if you don't, then I would just have them make some sort of pose to start out with, go like this, like they're standing, but they're laying in their bed. Do a pose like this, or do a pose like this, or do a pose like this, or do a pose like this. Just do some sort of you know how when you're sleeping in your bed and you just do these random things with your hands? I would have them do that just to add a little bit more fun to it. There's 5 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. You can roll 1 or 2 times, and everybody is going to have to shift. Monday when you do this, it might be a little bit crazy because, this is the first time they're learning this. I've even done it where we're actually laying on the ground and we're all laying on our backs, and we all have to roll over at the same time. But know your kids. Some years I've been able to do that and it's been no issue at all. Some years I do that and one kid thinks he's like the monster truck going over all of the little cars, and he's just trying to roll over everybody. But he's been seriously hurt though, so praise the Lord. So you could do it that way, where you stand up or you lay down or whatever, but your kids are going to be the kids in the bed, and they are going to roll over at the same time. And whomever is the farthest towards your exit, towards going back to the table, then that person is going to go grab their journal and they're going to go get busy. So keep that in mind when you're lining them up, that you want that kid that takes a really long time to get their journal done, you want them closer to that front section. You don't want that kid to be the last person and then they feel like they're having to rush because everybody else has already been working. Another way you could do the song is you're just having them do their fingers. You're just doing 10 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over. And they all rolled over and 1 fell off. And now, so you're showing them we have 10, 1 fell off, How many do we have now? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So now there's 9 in the bed. And then you would continue the song with 9 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and 1 fell off. So there's 9 and 1 fell off. I don't know why I always start with that. Or maybe because he's in the bed and he fell off. So makes it really hard for the fingers. 1 fell off. So how many do we have left now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 in the bed. Instead of saying 1 fell off, just like we did with the 10 Little Monkeys song, you could name the kid. That doesn't really work if you're laying in the row and they're all rolling over. You know, the one that's on the end, of course, is going to fall off. But if you're sitting down and they're just doing it with their hands, instead of saying they all rolled over and 1 fell off, you could say they all rolled over and Scarlet fell off, or they all rolled over and Violet fell off. And so you get to pick the kid that's gonna go get started on their journals. You make that work depending on the amount of kids you have in your class. It works really well when you have that less than 10. If you have more than 10 kids and you're singing this song, you may have some kids left over after those kids are falling off. So then you may have to start the song again and do with the 5 kids that you have left in there. Or in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and 4 fell off, and the little one said, good night. So whatever way you end up doing it, whatever way you sing it, when you get down to that last kid in there, then that last kid is gonna say, good night, and then they're gonna go off to do their thing. I'll make another video where I'm just singing the song so you can see what that looks like, but I like to do these little instructional parts in here just so you know what that looks like at your circle time as well. If you like lessons like these, go ahead and comment sub, because now we have a 7-day trial where you can get in to the Preschool Experience site. You can check out the lesson plans, you can download a week and give it a try, and then decide, do you want to keep it going or do you want to cancel it? Message me your email, that way I can get the information over to you.